Okay, everyone, welcome back to Sefer Tanya. Today is actually very late um, in the day on Monday. It's Monday night in the early morning, rather Tuesday morning, and we need to go back and catch up a little. We're going to be doing Sundays Tanya and Mondays Tanya. So, as a quick summary, we finished off Sefer Tanya on Shabbat, where we're discussing the fact that the Alter Rebbe is mentioning that the Eibishter Kodesh Baruch Hu gave himself to the Jewish people as a gift, as a matana and yerusha, as a gift and an inheritance, and that Hashem wrote himself, gave himself, invested himself in the Torah, and made himself available to the Jewish people at Matan Torah. And so, as soon as a person a Yid engages in Torah and mitzvahs, and particularly when he says the Shema, he immediately draws down upon himself the light of Hashem, and that is a gift that Hashem gives to us as an inheritance, as in a gift. That was mentioned on Shabbat. Now let's continue. Today's Sunday. We're going to do Sunday, the 11th of Iyar, continuing with chapter 48. Sefer Tanya, Vihine, and behold, Kasher. When Yitbonin, a maskil, a intellectual person will consider B'Gedulas Ein Sof Baruch Hu, in the greatness of the Infinite One, blessed be He. So like His name, so is He. Ein Sof, unlimited. Ve'ein Kates, and without end. B'Tachlis, without end, and another word for end. Klal, at all. L'or v'chayus, to the light and the vitality, Hamid Pashet, which spreads out Mimenu from Him. Yisbarach, blessed be He, Berodsono hapashut, in His simple will. Umayuchad bahoso vatzmusa yisbarach b'tachlis ziyuchud, and that light and vitality which spreads out from Him is unified in His essence and being. Blessed be He, with a perfect unity. So the Alter Rebbe is saying here that when we consider the greatness of the Ein Sof, so a person will consider the fact that the Eibishter is Ein Sof, that there is no end, there's no end and no limit, that He's unlimited entirely, and um, and all that includes also the extension, His extension of light and vitality, which come out from His simple will, and that light and vitality that emerged from Him is one with Him Himself. And the Alter Rebbe continues, and if there was the descent of the worlds, i.e., the creation of worlds and the descent of worlds, the creation, if this occurred, Baruch Hu, from the infinite light of Hashem, blessed be He, b'li tzimtzumim, without any contraction, if this creation occurred without any contraction, only what could have been, so to speak. So let's say the Abishur created the world in this way where there's no contraction, but rather just a level by level of cause and effect to create worlds. What would happen? This world would not have been created at all. Like it is now, but in a limited, being limited, since the worlds are limited. From the earth to the Rikia, the heavens, is a distance, a travel of 500 years. Right? So that's a limit. That's a limited thing. Also between the firmaments, there's also distance. And also the width of each Rikia, there's a distance, it's limited. Even the next world, Gan Eden Elyon, and the upper Gan Eden, these spiritual worlds, which is the place, the chamber of the souls of tzaddikim and hagedolim and the great ones, neshamas atzmon, and the abode of souls in these spiritual abodes. So that's also the Alter Rebbe saying that's also a place of limitation. Ve'ein tzarech lamar, and it's not necessary to say hamalachim that the angels ein bebechinas gevul v'tachlis, they are limited. Yesh gevul, because that there is a limit lahagasan to their apprehension, their grasping, but or in sof in the unlimited light, Baruch Hu, blessed be He, Hameir, which shines Aleihim upon them, Lav Shut, which shines upon them in being dressed up in Chachma, Bina, and Das. So, what are we saying? We're saying that the creations are limited, and even these spiritual worlds and the abode of tzaddikim, the abode of neshamos and angels, everything is created with a limit, and thus there is a limit in what the created beings can receive from the light of the infinite one, from the light of infinite light, which shines to them through being enclosed in Chachma Bina Das, in the faculties of the Chabad Chachma Bina Das. Continuing this thought, so l'chein, and therefore yesh gevul na'asan shena'anin meziv hashchina. Therefore, there's a border and a limit. There's a limit to their enjoyment that they derive, and na'anin, that they benefit and derive pleasure, meziv hashchina, from the ray of the Shechina, mitangin boravaya, and they're in delighting in the light of Hashem. Ki ein yicholun l'kaber hana'av ve'hata'anug bebechinas ein sof mamish, because they are not able to receive a benefit and a delight and a pleasure in the aspect of Ein Sof Mamish, in an unlimited way, literally, without being nullified in their existence and returning to their source. Final note for Sunday. Thus, even the creatures of the highest spiritual worlds are finite beings. And in order for them to be created in a finite manner, the process of contraction must be invoked. Hashem had to create from His unlimited light. He had to, so to speak, contract the light. Being finite, they are totally dissimilar to their source. They, us, any created thing, is dissimilar to the source, the infinite godly light that exists prior to contraction, right? So that's the point over here in today's Tanya. The Eibishter is Ein Sof. His light is Ein Sof, and vitality is Ein Sof. And thus when He creates, He has to create by contracting His light in order to create beings that will be able to receive from His light in a limited way. So that is today's Tanya, or rather Tanya for Sunday, the 11th of year. Let's get right into Monday momentarily. See you there.